Now, face the mighty bison.
Cooldown's never tweeted like this. We see Nee tweeting things that he has never tweeted ever. The fact that the greatest players of all time are giving these negative takes of the game, where they're talking about the game being ruined, it's collapsing, that speaks to a deeper level that me going on a rant could ever do. I go on rants all the time. I'll talk about, the Karate Kid stage for an hour, right? But Cooldown's Nee, these legacy guys, when they call out something, it's different. I've been playing Tekken since Tekken 1, and I've accepted the flow of times, but I'm writing this because I feel the basic game mechanics are collapsing. 1. In Tekken, all moves and techniques are composed of frames. 2. Frames are time itself, the most important element that is connected to the reaction of players. 3. Commands that are easy, fast, and strong are different from commands that are difficult, slow, and strong. 4. The difficulty level leads to victory is fundamentally different from the easy and difficult approaches. 5. I know there are many characters and they want to make use of their characteristics, but to do that, you need to have a lot of understanding of the game. That's how difficult and complicated the game is right now. 6. It's difficult, but somehow we have to find the middle ground. Wait. This is pretty interesting. That happened with the release of Tekken 8. Kudan says, before already 8 started. Haha, maybe season 3 or season 4 in Tekken 7. Kudan says before. Now, what Kudans is referring to is something that Mike ATL also spoke to. But bro was talking about how this goes all the way back to Tekken 6.
Y'all think that they are just now taking those people's identities away. They've been doing that, but they've been doing it in a manner in which it hasn't been so blatant.
The concept is that Tekken didn't start simplifying and erasing identities in Tekken 8, not in Season 2, not in Season 1, and not even in Season 3 or Season 4 of Tekken 7. But bro was talking about how this goes all the way back to Tekken 6. Basically, it has grown to such a level to where everyone can now see it. But this has been happening already over time. I do think maybe in the Tekken 6, Tekken 7, Tag 2, one of those games they probably had a decent balance, but Tekken 8 is reaching way too far in the direction of simplification and erasing identities. Bamco, is this a joke? 2-1-4 punishable and nothing on counter hit. Look at how the kick throws the opponent miles away. So he's going to do the 2-1-4. Correct me if I'm wrong, but at first didn't this do a counter hit knockdown and you could do a guaranteed follow-up? But now it does this super far away roll, which once again, you speak to Tekken 8 looking like a modded game. How modded does this look? This is so satisfying. Seeing Jin, the Devil Jin mains cry brings me joy. Maybe we deserve Tekken 8 Season 2. 1 month ago, everyone was begging for nerfs, and now they complain when busted moves was normalized. Ryujin responds to himself and says, old dev team and new dev team are both equally yikes. Nerfing Devil Jin and leaving the completely over-the-top broken characters untouched, completely lost all faith. When does the Tekken community cry and complain so much with every single thing? Devil Jin is crazy online, but the players don't take online in consideration. They only see about tournaments. Who got that clip of Arslan blocking like 5 Zafina back 1+2s? This is Arslan versus another Pakistani player who's used Zafina, and this Zafina is using all of these like enhanced attacks for just like, plus frame mix-ups, and Arslan just has to sit there and deal with it all. And then once she finally runs out of heat after doing 5, she's still spamming that same move, by the way, but now she doesn't have that super amplified attack after, and Arslan can start to try to play some type of Tekken. So this is the Dragon Off move that they said that they fixed. This is the part where you have to question them bringing back the new dev team. There's no way this move should still be doing this. I think the whole community would stop this nonsense on my timeline if King actually got nerfed, and I don't mean nerfed to where he's useless, I mean nerfed to where he actually has weaknesses. The devs, for some reason, keeps over nerfing characters. When we say nerf this move, we want the move to be balanced. We want the move to operate like it used to. We want the moves to be fair. We don't want the moves to be totally useless, and now the people who play that character are crying about it. Why do the devs do that? Like, when you look at this Dragunov move, like, this is just pure incompetence. The move was too overpowered. They nerfed it to where it's useless. And then in this update, they tried to correct it and it's still useless. Like, how are they unable to find balance? A lot of dudes here are complete morons that think what Lee received was buff. They literally just reverted things back to the way it was with season 1. That's not a buff, that's a revert. The only thing that got buff was the heat smash. Mogold says bye bye Ford 32. Atif responds to a clip that Hypebuff Gigas posted. Says, I don't think they nerfed this move. Overall, Claudio is still strong. So this shows Claudio still being able to wall splat with this move. And then what about the tracking on this? Because this move was one of those moves that the tracking was super crazy. Claudio 4-3-2, you can beat 2 options spamming sidewalk right. You can still lose to 4-3 semi-hold if you try to sidewalk right. They nerfed Kazuya Heat Smash 2-hit tracking, but it's still pretty much homing. And you can see he's rotating, right? When you go to the right, he rotates and catches you. When you go to the left, he tracks you. They removed the tracking and somehow you're still getting hit for stepping. It's crazy how crying on Twitter over your character rewards you more than hard training to try and gap the character flaws with your skill. Unbelievable. The courage to buff Lee and Zafina when there was zero need. Being a spoiled brat is greater than being a hard worker. Sad times for Tekken. Tetsu says, I think the main takeaway from this patch is, again, that the patches are based on who is the loudest. The majority of the changes are made based on this platform and the uproar. In order to fix the game, Namco needs to understand what made Tekken Tekken at first. Naturally, the next packs will include Zafina back 1+2. Why? Question mark. Because everyone is talking about that right now. But there was still more problems that are not mentioned and that the devs need to understand themselves. The question is, what is Tekken and what made the game it is now, which is why moves do not comply with the idea of Tekken. I really feel like the community acts like beta testers, which is alright since we are bigger sample size and it can help identify bugs and unintended behaviors. Nonetheless, balance changes should not mainly be based on the community, but rather their own understanding of the game and what is absurd in a character and leads to one-sided gameplay. You know, game developers are supposed to have an idea of what they want the game to be, and the Tekken devs did. They wanted the game to be really aggressive, really offensive, but that failed, and now they don't know what to do. They don't understand what they should do, so they're just catering to the players, whatever their most viral complaint is. So they wanted to make it to where you can't wall splat with this move, but in less than a day, Lars Mains found a way to get a type of combo with this. So he has that counter hit kick, which he can pick you up with. And the Law players are celebrating this. Well, this Law player is, right? That's 99 damage. That's 99 damage. This little goofy looking combo. Okay, so this person says W patch. What are they going to show us? If you whiff a heat smash, you shouldn't go into a stance. You don't. What? You get it? Oh my god, this game is terrible. No character should be able to do that. No character should be able to do that. No one's heat smash is supposed to track. We have an example of Kazuya's heat smash still tracking, but Steve Fox's heat smash doesn't track as intended, but his heat smash is so different and the animation is so long to where Jack can get the full wind up on this move and then bow, hit you. Full wind up. And if you compare this to Eddie's with Heat Smash, where they could go into their stances and kind of cover themselves, you can see that the Steve Fox just starts going on the journey. You have all the time in the world to hit him. Oh my god. Oh. So Heat Smash, this is a real match, by the way. Oh my God, that's crazy. So what is this that the developer said? For the following issue, on the results screen after online match, shortcut buttons, follow friend requests may not be displayed. This cause has been identified and will be fixed in the next update in July. We apologize for any inconvenience. There is no possible way that could take a month for you to fix. You guys have to be the most incompetent team I ever seen. It's actually saying that you have to wait an entire month to hotfix. My thoughts on patch 2.02. I am grateful for how often we're getting these updates, but kind of hope for them to be bigger. Some patches where we gotten so far feel reactionary to social media backlash, which isn't a good way to balance the game. A new approach is definitely needed. There are some great changes to Claudio Lars, but no nerfs to other problematic characters like Asuka and Zafina. Why are buffs even happening to all the characters in version 2.2 when all characters are more viable? There's still too many moves, new ones added in season 2 included, that are too strong. I think the following should be prioritized in future. Characters strong aerial tailspins and stalls, heat smashes, which still remain super advantageous on block. I really like this franchise and I just want Tekken to be better. Stop chasing trends and balancing based on online outrage. Bring back the soul, the depth, and the identity which make Tekken great so it can blossom even more. How many times have we seen a tweet like this and the developers continue to just ignore it, and they cater to the audience of players who are crying for power? Why don't the developers see it that way? We can see it as these players are crying because they want their characters to be really powerful so they could get easy wins. But the developers don't see it that way. The developers see it as these players are bringing up real issues and let's fix it. I don't know, maybe it's just too many people, too many ideas, and it's hard to tell. This is Nobi, affiliated with the party that blocks people whining about the characters on Tekken 8 Report. Originally, it was a place for bugs report, but at some point, it turned into a place for suggesting character buffs and nerfs, which is ridiculous. I hope they stick to crafting Tekken with their own vision without relying on outside voices. So this is interesting, right? If you talk about the Tekken 8 hashtag report turning into something else, because it was created for bugs and glitches, but when you look at it now, it's literally people saying, you know, my character needs a 14 frames this Tekken 8 report. It changed. The developers have been showing the players that if you cry, we will listen. If you go viral, we will fix it. So players are just responding to that and they're crying and trying to go viral, and that hashtag, it makes sense that it is slowly corrupted and turned into something else because people know that the developers are looking at that hashtag. So if you go viral with that hashtag, that guarantees that a developer will see it. Today, many characters saw significant nerf to tracking performance of Heat Smash. However, wasn't Clive unaffected by the tracking nerf because he uses magic and summons? Honestly, that doesn't really seem like a fair balanced adjustment. Please treat him the same as Tekken characters. This update was specifically for reducing tracking on Heat, and we have 3 characters already who still are tracking you in one form or another. Hey, C16621, are you just here to fight? Are you just disagreeing with everything for the sake of disagreeing with everything? I'm tired of you not addressing the facts of what I say. You have no facts to support your BS. Stop feeding misinformation to scrubs. Hey, C16621. If you're interested in talking on Discord and discussing this, I would love to do so, because you know, this whole like you typing in chat and then me reading your this won't get us anywhere. So I think it would be cool if you can just actually like let it out, you know, and then we'll listen to you. No, you need to learn counter first. You see that? When you open the door for discussion, they won't walk through. You didn't want to discuss anything yesterday, hypocrite. You don't know how. Why don't you want to talk on Discord? You have a lot to say, bro, but you don't want to talk on Discord.